Hi everybody. So today I'm informing you about my nurse's consultation. Now I did just do a recording, but I actually am going to put this one on because I wanted to be 100% sure that what I'm telling you is correct. So I will tell you from the beginning. Now I have a little sheet here that I actually did have before, but now you can see it's absolutely written all over because I want to make sure that I'm telling you the right thing. So today we went for the nurse's appointment and got a little bit of a surprise. We got told that they're doing some trials at the moment for different drugs, and if we were to take these trials, then technically one of them we could get for free, as well as our NHS IVF trial, IVF treatment. So yes, so I will talk about them after. I actually think I will just go through maybe my IVF cycle on this blog and tell you a little bit about how I felt today, because it's quite a long time to go through that and also go through what the other things are, because they're quite in depth actually. But anyway, so it says here the IVF cycle plan long protocol. Okay, so it starts off with the first day of the treatment, which is the first day of your menstrual cycle. You basically take a drug called Prostat. Now it's an injection that goes into your stomach, and it actually puts you into mini menopause. Am I having my tea? Yummy pot noodle, nice. So yeah, it puts you into a mini menopause, and this lasts for about 4 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks, and the symptoms you will get from this are headaches, bleeding, mood swings, hot flushes, and irritability. Oh, I can't even say that word. But you don't need to worry at all if you get any of them, because they're just symptoms of it. Okay, now the drug Prostat actually slows down the ovaries, the function of the ovaries. It kind of makes them a bit sleepy, I think. Just slows everything down. So that process happens for the 4 weeks, and then 1 to 2 weeks later you will go for a pre-stimulation scan. It's to make sure that everything is ready to start, and that at this stage the lining of the womb will be thin and the ovaries should be quite quiet and no activity. Okay, so that's that section, which we're now up to. If you can see here, that's the pre-stimulation scan, and just make sure that everything's working and everything's fine. Now, as I was saying about the trial, I know I wasn't going to go into it, but you can probably see here a big line. You see the line? Well, the line there, basically with the one of the other trials that I was going to have, that I've got a chance to have, is called IVF with metformin. Now with that, it is an IVF short protocol, a short cycle. Now with that, basically, which I think is a good idea, is you cut all this top bit from where that line is. You cut that off, and I don't need to do that, which is really cool. But yeah, so that's actually, I don't really need to talk about that then, because you know that it's exactly the same. I'm going to talk about all this as well, but you just don't have that bit. And what the IVF with metformin is they're testing this metformin drug to see if this drug helps with hyperstimulation, over-hyperstimulation, which can be caused by polycystic ovaries, which is what I have. So yeah, that's what they want to test me for. Because I've got polycystic ovaries, they want to see if this drug makes any difference. They know it works in a long cycle because they've tested that already, but they want to see in a short cycle as well. Okay, so that's that one. So that's the IVF with the metformin. So I don't need to speak about that now. So the next part of the process for the IVF is the starting of the stimulation to the ovaries. Now this is 1 week of injections, not 1 injection, that would be amazing. I'm going to be black and blue, I think, when I finish this IVF. But yeah, so it's the start of the stimulation to the ovaries, and it's 1 week of injections to make the ovaries work harder. So normally, every month, a normal woman would have 1 follicle grow, and the ovary would produce, the follicle would produce 1 egg. Now, with me having polycystic ovaries, I have lots of follicles growing. Not all of them, I mean, they're not very good anyway, but, and then I release an egg. But what this does now is the drug will help to stimulate the ovaries, and it will help to produce lots of eggs, okay, lots of follicles. So on this picture here, you can see, this is, can you see that? This is a normal person's follicle with, well, ovary with 1 follicle there, and the little dot in the middle is the egg. Now, when you actually are stimulating the ovaries, you can see here that the ovaries on both sides stimulating lots and lots of follicles here. Now, so they normally stimulate for about a week, and then you will have a scan to see how the actual follicles are doing. What they might do then is, if they feel that they need a little bit longer, they could leave it up to 12 days to make sure that all the follicles are big enough. Now, from having previous tracking, I've kind of been through that already. That's what clomiphene's for. It stimulates the ovaries, and it helps the follicles, the ovaries, to produce lots of follicles for a higher chance of releasing an egg. So yeah, so when you've had your scan, you then get told at your scan that you need to take a late night injection, which the hospital actually tell you to take at a very specific time. Now, she did give me an example of that. It could be 10 to midnight, it could be 8 o'clock at night. They'll just let you know. Now, Matthew asked why it has to be a specific time, and the reason of that is that 35 to 37 hours later, they then will do the egg collection. Okay, so also at the scan, they will then tell you that they want to prepare to have the egg collection, okay? So then you take your tablet, which really helps just make sure everything's right. And then 35 to 37 hours later, they then they do the egg collection. Okay, so the morning of the egg collection, actually no, the night of the egg collection, you have to, the night before the egg collection, sorry, you take a sedative. Now this sedative will help you get a really good night's sleep. And then from when you've took your sedative, you can't drink or eat anything that night. And of the morning of your egg collection, you will then have another sedative in the morning with just a little bit of water. You're not allowed to drink any more water or eat any more food. You then will feel very drowsy, and you cannot drive yourself to the hospital, so you have to take someone with you. Okay. Now, at this point, let me just make sure I've got all this right. Yeah, at this point they will take you into the theatre, and they don't actually use a general anaesthetic because apparently a lot of people can get sick with it, so they don't use that. They'll just use the sedation. You can hear what's going on, and you probably could feel maybe what's going on as well, but don't worry, I'm sure, I mean, I've not had it yet, but they've told me that it doesn't hurt. It might just hurt a little bit, but that's fine. But they do say if you need more sedation or painkillers, then they'll give you them as well. So at this point, they retrieve the eggs, and they will also do the sperm sample as well. So they'll take the sperm, and they will take the eggs, and they will take them to the laboratory and put them together. Now, depending on how many they get, if they get lots and lots of eggs, and obviously they'll have billions of sperm, they will make the embryos. They'll put them together in the laboratory, and if there's any left that can be frozen, apparently there's about 30% chance of embryos being able to be frozen, and I really hope and pray that I can have some that are going to be frozen to hopefully be used in the future. So yeah, so what they do is again, I'm going to show you on the little cute picture. This is the embryo. Sorry, this is the sperm, and this is the egg. So they physically get the sperm and they put it inside the egg to fertilise the egg. And this is the actual sequence of growth. So you can see it goes from here to getting lots and lots of cells inside the embryo, to getting lots more cells, to getting lots and lots of cells. So what they do is they wait for the embryo to be at its best, and then 2 to 5 days after the embryos will be transferred back into the womb. Yeah, embryo transfer 2 to 5 days later. So yeah, so that's that. And then, if I've got that right there, I was saying before that because I have had lots of problems with my fallopian tubes in the past, it's quite exciting because they bypass everything. So if you've had endometriosis or you've got polycystic ovaries like me, well, I know that's a contributor to it, but if you've got problems with your fallopian tubes, then you don't need to worry about that because it just bypasses everything. It goes straight into the womb. So you've got your fertilised egg, which is now an embryo, and they then put it right into the womb. And then, approximately 2 weeks later, after you've had the embryos transferred, you then do a pregnancy test. And that really is it. So, that is my talk on IVF. I really hope that it's helped someone out there who may be going through IVF, that you may be able to know a little bit more about it, and I will talk to you soon. Just thinking about it, I'll let you also know how I felt today. I felt confused a little bit because of so much information. I've kind of like got my head around it now. I know there's lots of consent forms to fill out, which wasn't a problem at all. It was more of thinking about all the information that I've been given, which, as you can see, is absolutely loads. It's so much to take in, and this is going to happen really soon. You know, I'm on day 26 of my cycle today. They don't think they're going to do it on this next cycle. They think they're going to do it on the end of October cycle. So yeah, it's given me a lot to think about, and I'm quite excited about it. I just need to me and Matthew need to make a prayerful decision on what we're going to go for, whether we're going to go for the normal IVF, the long protocol, whether we're going to go for the IVF with the metformin, which is the smaller one, and then we also have the IVM, in vitro hang on, I've done it again. I'm going to get it right this time. In vitro maturation. Yeah, in vitro maturation. Which is a different thing altogether, which I will talk to you about next time. Okay, I'll leave it there. I love you all, and thank you so much for watching my my diary and my journey. And I shall see you soon. Take care. Bye.